Welcome, my sweet friends, to the channel Frugal Money Saver. My name is Emmy. My husband is Paul, and we are so happy you have joined us today. In today's video, we're going to cover a lot of ground. We want to talk about our no spend, low spend January, how we did we make it, did we not make it, what advantages did we see in doing it, were there any negatives, what about going forward? So much we want to cover. We're also going to share some money-saving hints and tips, as always, that we implemented throughout the month of January to save ourselves some money, not go stir crazy, and just basically have a restful, financially successful start to 2023. Before we get deep into this video, so many of you have asked, how do you find recipes that we have shared in previous videos? Well, we're going to show you right now quick and easy ways to find the recipe you're looking for and to find the video that recipe is in. So we're going to turn this camera around and we're going to show you now how to find our recipes from past videos. Here you go. So many of you have asked recently how to find a recipe in an older video. And I wanted to just get on here quick and show you. First thing you're going to do is go to youtube.com and put in Frugal Money Saver. And then click search, and that will bring you right to our home page, which looks like this. Once you're on our home page, do you see this little magnifying glass right below our name? You click on that, it right away brings up the word search. So what we're going to do is search for bread recipes. So I'm going to put bread recipes in, then I'm going to hit return on my keyboard. And there we go. Look at all the bread recipes. Here's my refrigerator bread dough. Here's the crock pot bread. And you can just keep scrolling and see all the different bread recipes there are. Another way to search would be to go directly to the playlists right here. Click on playlists and here they all are. Let's take main dish, for example. You're going to go to view full playlist. Click on that. And look at, here you go, all different recipes. And they just go on from there. So we hope this will just make searching for our recipes just a little bit easier for you. Now, let's see how we did with our no spend January food budget. We had allotted ourselves $50 a week for the month of January. So basically, $200 for 31 days. And Paul and I were like, we can do that, no problem. And we would have if we didn't stock up on loss leaders. So we didn't go over by much, but we did come in a little over $200 for the month of January for food. And again, those loss leaders get us every time. But let me explain why. I'm going to turn the camera around right now and I'm going to show you what we picked up yesterday at Acme. We stopped in Acme yesterday to pick up a gallon of milk and they had some amazing clearance prices on meat. They had the Lancaster brand hickory smoked spiral sliced ham. It was originally $2.99 a pound. Then they marked it down to $1.49 a pound. And then they also gave us a 30% off coupon to use. So this spiral sliced ham came to just about $1 a pound. So that was a total win. It's frozen. We stuck it right in the freezer. So many recipes you can make from a spiral ham. The other really great deal was the young whole turkey, Signature Farms. They were marked down to 59 cents a pound. So it came to $6.92 for this almost 12-pound turkey. And guess what? Because we have been eating out of our freezer, we had room. Yay! So this was a great, great score. We were so excited to find the ham and the turkey on such great prices. As you know, Paul and I cook for Paul's parents at least once a month, if not more, and we tend to bring over enough that they can eat for several days. That turkey will be such a blessing. We can make some meals out of it. I know they'll love it. And as far as the ham, our son comes every Tuesday and usually brings a friend or two, so we know that won't go to waste as well. I think I would be a little bit more generous with our food budget for the month of January, only because there are so many great sales on food to stock up on that time of year. Okay, now let's talk about the pluses of this no spend, low spend journey. The first thing I think that Paul and I discovered is how creative we can be. And I am not kidding. Everything from making homemade lo mein when we were craving Chinese food. We utilized what we already had in the home. I would see Paul reading guitar magazines that he had from several years ago. I pulled out books, old meal plan books. It was just a really creative time for us. We spent a lot of time chilling and just relaxing. And if we thought of something we needed, we started to discuss it. And I'm going to give you an example of what we did to be creative. First thing we were talking about is we had some trees cut down at the bottom of our property. And it kind of left like a void. Like there's not a lot of green there now. And I have to show you what Paul came up with to fill in that green space, and it cost us absolutely nothing. So let's turn the camera around and show you what Paul did to be creative on our no spend January.
These are our Rose of Sharon after I pruned them back. So the end of January, the beginning of February is a great time to trim these plants, and you really have to trim them aggressively. This way, in the springtime, they'll send out all new shoots and you'll have tons of beautiful flowers of many different colors. In the fall, the Rose of Sharon send out lots of seeds, and these are the seedlings that come up. And what you do is you pull them out of the ground and you can transplant them this time of the year. So we had some trees cut down on the lower part of our property because they were dying. I took all of the shoots that I could pull out of the ground and transplanted them along the bottom of our property. This will grow into some beautiful bushes, give us some beautiful color. To transplant these, all you have to do is dig a hole big enough for the root system, add in some compost, and then put the dirt back on top of the plant, and we're going to have a nice row of beautiful plants, hopefully by the end of this summer.
So looking forward to this next summer. It was super fun to just try to figure out how to do things without spending money. And Paul came up with the idea of transplanting those Rose of Sharon, and I cannot wait. They are going to fill in that void, and they are going to be absolutely beautiful. Another thing we did was we spent a lot of time in the kitchen, like I said. And if you remember a couple of videos back, I showed you how to cook rice by turning the stove off and just letting them steam themselves. And you all said, oh, we do that with pasta as well. So you know we had to give that a try and see if it worked. Let's see, here you go. Last week we showed you how to make rice. We told you to turn the boiling water off. You didn't have to boil or simmer rice. You just turn the heat off and let it sit. And a few of you said that's what you do with pasta. So we're going to try that today and see how it works. We have a pot of boiling water. I have about a half a pound of macaroni here that I'm putting in. I'm going to give it a turn. And the pasta says it's supposed to cook for 8 minutes. So just to be on the safe side, I'm I'm going to turn the heat off completely, and I'm going to put the timer on for 9 minutes. I'm going to give it an extra minute, but you do have to keep it covered. Let's put the timer on for 9 minutes and see how it comes out. It's been 9 minutes, so let's see how our experiment went. So let's see, I'm going to take one out. I see some of them are a little clumped together. We only stirred it once, so that could be the problem. Maybe what we should have done is after 4 minutes, quickly take the lid off, give it a quick stir. They're perfect. They're al dente. Oh my goodness, this really and truly worked. You see, some of them are a little bit clumped together. Next time what I will do, maybe at 4 minutes, just give it a stir and then cover it again and go ahead. But this worked perfectly. Do you realize how much propane and electric we just saved? Win! So thank you to all the viewers who told us, yes, you can certainly cook your pasta by turning off the heat and just letting it sit. The second time we did it, I stirred it halfway. So at about 3 or 4 minutes, I removed the lid, gave it a quick stir, and put the lid right back on, and there was no sticking of the pasta. So that is the little tip I want to give you. Worked great, saved on electric, saved on propane, so that was a win-win. Another thing that we realized through our no-spend January was how often Paul and I will say to each other, hey, you want to take a walk through Goodwill? Hey, you want to just walk through Dollar Tree? There was none of that this month. There were times we looked at each other and said, we haven't been out of the house in a couple of days. And it was wonderful. We never really thought hard and long about thrift stores being a form of entertainment. And obviously they are for us. So we really noticed that in the month of January. We didn't enter a thrift store. We didn't enter any store except a food store. Honestly, that was it. I think going forward, we're going to be so much more aware of that. And that's a good thing because honestly, what do we really need? I'm going to preface this next section by saying we had a very successful no-spend January. But what do you do when your bathroom faucet won't stop dripping? That is exactly what happened. All of a sudden, our bathroom faucet was like dripping. And Paul said, we got to fix this. He says, you can't, we're wasting water. We pay for our water. And even if we didn't pay for our water, you don't want to waste water like that. So he went for $15 and bought a cartridge, a new cartridge for the upstairs bathroom. Even with the new cartridge, it still was dripping. So Paul's like, listen, we are wasting money. I replaced the part, $15, it didn't work. We need to get new faucet, new handles, the whole thing. I think it was put in about 23 years ago. I'm not kidding. I think we did it in 2000 when we did the bathroom upstairs. So there you go. 23 years we were happy. So we said a little prayer and we looked online. I'm going to show you a picture of what our bathtub knobs look like. We needed something similar because you want the bathroom to kind of be cohesive, but we didn't want to pay a huge amount of money. Let me show you what we got. Here's our before, and Paul's going to start to get to work replacing it now.
I was in the garage looking for the specialty wrench. This is a plumber's wrench, and this will help you come up underneath and remove the two nuts that hold this faucet into the sink. So you just go up and it clamps on. While I was getting this tool, I found these. Ooh. I'm glad I saved these. They're perfectly good and they're flexible. The two that are under the sink are solid copper, so they might not fit or they might be too short for the new faucet. So at least I have some choices here. Look at the corrosion on these pipes. It's just crazy. I had to actually use a Dremel to cut the plastic washers off so I could get this out. Well, there it is. The new bathroom sink faucet has been installed and it works. And it doesn't leak. Yeah, there it is. That was a tough job, but I was able to get it done.
We were so super happy to find the exact match, like half price. We were excited. Turned out to be a frugal fix, so we are super thankful for that. Moving forward for 2023, I think after this no spend month, we will definitely be doing this again and we will keep you posted. There were so many advantages to this. This month also afforded us a lot of decluttering time, and not only physical declutter, but also mental decluttering. We got back to doing things that we have missed doing. It was wonderful to just not always be looking for something outside of the home to do. And not that we do it much, we really don't. But when you cut it out completely, it is super eye-opening. We are hoping we can carry that philosophy through 2023. And we hope to be able to have more experiences, to get down to the little house more, to do things like that, use our money on what is important to us. And our frugal journey is not your frugal journey. And that is okay. We say this all the time. You're going to do what works for you, and we're going to do what works for us. And that's what makes this community so beautiful. So we hope this video was encouraging for you. For our question of the day, did you participate in the no spend, low spend January that we had going on? And if you did, what did you come away with from that no spend, low spend? Did it reveal anything to you about the way you spend money? How you were able to make do with what you have? How you noticed you weren't jumping in the car and running here and there? Please share that down below, because those concepts that you employed through the no spend January, let's share them and take them right throughout 2023. Your comments and your encouragement means so much to Paul and I, and we use it. You can see I come on here and I share your recipes and I share the tips that you have shared with us. And I know our viewers love the comments section as well. So we thank you. We hope this video was encouraging. We hope it gave you some ideas, just some confidence to keep going on your low spend 2023. Even if it's not going to be a no spend 2023, let's keep it low spend and save that money for things that are really important to us. You know what is important to you. We know what's important for us. So we don't have to conform to what society says is important. Remember that. Remember that. Be true to you. We hit 40,000 subscribers. I know! Yay! Thank you all so much. Now, this is at the end of the video, and those of you who stuck around, I'm glad you did, because Friday's video, you're going to want to be here for it, because we not only have to celebrate 35,000 subscribers in the month of January, but we also have to celebrate 40,000 subscribers for the month of January. So make sure you're here for Friday's video. So we ask you to be well, we ask you to stay safe, and above all, we wish you blessings. Until our next video, may God bless you.